Hello everyone.
Hi.
Hi Anthony, how are you?
Okay.
Shall we start it?
Yeah.
So now we are about to begin our week 3.
Okay.
So just to begin, let's have a short recapitulation. What we did, we started with our wheel of life, where we have observed where we are actually faced in all the important aspects of our life.
Okay.
After that, we have discovered our baselines, right? Hopefully you remember them. And do you remember your baselines?
Yeah.
Okay. And after that, we went into the codes.
Yes.
We found our codes. So now we have more or less discovered ourselves. We have found out our strengths. We have found out the life-defining experiences that we had faced in our previous life, how they have impacted in our lives, and what meaning they have given to us. So these things are now known to us now. Now we'll move on to the next part.
Yes.
Right? How do we move on? We have already come to know our wheel of life, baselines, and codes. Now we need to align them. Right? Align them and then set targets.
Okay.
Targets are rather what we will call as outcomes. Outcomes is a bit different from goals. Any idea on how outcome and goal, do you think they are same? Or in your opinion?
Outcome and goal.
Are they same? Can we call our goal?
Outcome, the word it is looking like the result I will get.
And goals?
The target.
Okay, Anthony? Any idea?
It's just from the word what
Okay, any idea regarding outcomes and goals? Can we call both of them as same?
No.
Okay, in what way do you find them to be different?
From my understanding about outcome and goal, it's like normally many goals don't really align with our baselines and codes. Yeah, but
Exactly. Goals are basically, goals are, they have a number of encodes hidden in them.
Yeah.
There are factors which might be pulling us back, but we have set goals for them. Goals are more or less hypothetical in kind of nature, but outcomes are very specific.
Sure.
Outcomes are specific to the point that they are based on our baselines, they are based on our goals. So goals are hypothetical. Goals usually don't work because they are not driven by our baselines or goals.
Yeah.
We just set few targets ahead of us and call them as our goals. But outcomes are not that. Outcomes are very specific. So before we move to outcomes, since you have already experienced what codes are, have you been able to implement in your lives? I mean, since we have already crossed few weeks, the last week that we have had,
Yes.
have you been, say, in any area of your life, say in family, where have you been observant? How was the experience? Did you observe that this is where a specific code I am using, this is a specific code which is obstructing
Yes,
me?
I'll start tomorrow. Though it's I could not convert myself completely, but I'm an improved person.
Okay.
Because many activities which I had piled up for quite long time, I had completed.
For Anthony, how was the week for you? The last week? How was it?
Regarding codes, the last week.
Just forget about codes. How was life? What all things have you done last week? How was that? How were the days?
It was all good. It was all good. Yeah.
Okay, out of the activities that you have done last week, maybe trivial ones. Maybe you went to bed. Maybe you had your dinner, had your lunch. Maybe you had some sports activity.
Yeah.
So, which are the areas did you observe that the codes are appearing in front of you? But did you realize that codes are making at all any impact on your life?
Are you talking about the end code or the
They could be both.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to assess. Since we have identified what can be the codes, what can be codes, what can be the codes.
Okay.
So, have you been able to realize how they are impacting your life?
Yeah. Especially those negative codes.
Okay.
Yeah, especially when it comes to wasting time, like I'm not the best, all those things really like pull me back. People feel, I wonder if people feel safe in my presence, all those things, and I will do it later. Every time I just procrastinate, even when it comes to my lesson, all those things. It just make me to understand a bigger part of everything that we are doing. Like it make me to understand that as a human we are like also programmed like computer.
Yeah.
So it's like you can do things also with your own human.
So what you mean to say that you have realized it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the main achievement, or rather to call this is the main content. And if you have realized, only then we can move on to the next part.
Yeah.
So as we start off, just to reading, as we go through the content, it says what are outcomes. You now have understood your baselines and integrated power coding, and realize without this clear and aligned, anything you try to achieve will be difficult.
Yeah, very difficult.
Once you have clarity of baselines and integrated power coding, our outcomes become easy to achieve. Have you ever met someone who has less skills than you, is not as smart as you, yet seems to have the Midas touch? Everything they touch just works. It's so annoying. But you know now why. These are baselines and coding is in alignment with their dreams and actions. Right? Maybe both of you have come across such persons. No? Maybe, isn't it? Don't we come across with people whom we see that they are maybe less talented than us, less hardworking than us, but in a better position than us. How come that happens? Because they are aligned with baselines and codes are properly aligned for them. Right? So now we will do an activity wherein you have to identify your outcomes. Okay, it's a very simple one, it's not a difficult thing. You have to jot down whatever you want to achieve in your life. But those shouldn't be goals, those should be outcomes. They should be guided by your baselines, they should be guided by your codes. Before listing down, you have to check whether they are really meeting your baselines and codes. So like that, you have to list down the outcomes which you look forward for the next 5 years, next 10 years and next 15 years.
Okay.
Right. I'll give you some time. It's not a very difficult thing to do. Just think freely. Just think out of the box and just jot down what all things are there. Once you're done, you have to prioritize them. Prioritize in the sense the ones which you wish to achieve in the next immediate 5 years, the ones which you wish to achieve next 10 years and likewise 15 years. Right. So this is your assignment. Let's take a short break. I think it won't take long to complete that. So once you are done, let's begin.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully I've done. Now, if you go through the system, you'll find a very interesting online tool. This one, okay?
Yeah.
It's called the expected price calculator.
Yeah.
Right. Now, out of the outcomes that you have driven, and you have put priority to them also. Now you have to put. It's a very self-explanatory tool which once you open that you will be able to understand. There are a few rating system. Out of that list of outcomes that you have found out, we will form a basic important outcome for you, right? So let's do that. That we will be again discussing in our next session.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.